Foodie, hi, and welcome. I'm Anna, the Keto Foodie. Now, with it being, I'm doing this on Thanksgiving Day, this video. And even though I don't live in the US anymore, I still celebrate Thanksgiving, and I take today off and then tomorrow off as well. So I'm taking this opportunity to talk to you about something that I know worries me, and I'm thinking maybe it worries you as well. And that is staying to keto or low carb during the holidays. So I have a couple of ideas and strategies that might be something that you would like to try out. So stick around, and I'm going to introduce you to a few people, a few friends of mine, and it's all about keto. So I'm going to introduce you to Noelle, Joy, and Holly. Stick around, I'll explain. Okay, so I've given them names and personalities, and hopefully maybe one of them resonates with you or how you want to be during the holidays. Okay, so the first person I'd like to introduce you to is Noelle. Noelle is all about the no. Noelle has come very far when it comes to keto and does not want to go back, does not want to gain, is determined to be on plan the entire holiday season, and that is just fine. So Noelle is about making sure that the plans are in place for any social gatherings, and not being scared about social gatherings, but informing the people that she needs to, that she may be bringing an extra dish or two to help her stay on track, and bringing them with. Or if Noelle is hosting, making sure that there are a good number of sides that will help her stay on track. Noelle makes sure that the plate is full of the foods that she can eat, and she's on strict keto, so she makes sure that she can have the items that are on her plate. And when she's done, she gets up off the table, and then the whole point of this social gathering is to concentrate on the social aspect and not the food or the drink. But Noelle knows that if it does involve drink, and Noelle wants to drink, that she keeps it to keto-friendly drinks. So perhaps a gin and slimline tonic, or a Diet Coke and rum with some lime in it. The harder liquors, or having a couple, but not more than a couple, of flutes of champagne or Prosecco, because they're only about 2.5 grams of carbs per flute. Noelle also practices intermittent fasting. So if there is a big gathering or big meal, Noelle will intermittent fast and not eat anything from the night before, let's say around 8 or 9 o'clock, through until that meal is happening. Maybe have a coffee with some MCT oil or some double cream to keep her satisfied, but will not eat anything until that meal, so that they can enjoy having a bit more at the meal, but still not going off plan. And she also makes sure that she is moving around. You know, a lot of it is, sit around and not really move during the day. Noelle makes sure that either there is a lot of moving, a lot of standing, getting friends and family to start dancing, or making sure that they go out and have a workout. And that's Noelle. Then we've got Joy. Joy wants to let the reins out a little bit. She's normally on strict keto on a daily basis, but wants to let the reins out just a little bit, and is okay with minimizing the damage rather than being strict all the way through. Because there are some favorite holiday foods that she just does not want to live without, and that is her choice. But so what she does is she goes and when there's a big meal, again, it's all about making sure that she understands the schedule as well. So when there is a social event happening, when there is a big meal, she plans. So when she's not having a social event or gathering, she is on her strict keto. But when there is, let's say, a dinner or going out to a restaurant, she will, one, do intermittent fasting during the day before the meal. And then Joy is a bit different, because Joy is saying, I want to let the reins out a little bit. So where I normally do under 20 grams of carbs, I'm going to take it up to 50 grams of carbs, because I'm looking to minimize any damage, not just completely stay on track. So she plans it that way, which means maybe she can have a couple of, maybe one or two more, flutes of champagne or Prosecco, or perhaps have a bit of the potatoes, of the sweet potatoes, or a little bit of the pie, but still feeling in control. And then once that meal is over, she's not doing it for the full day or the day after. She's concentrating on specific meals, but the day after, boom, she's back on track with her strict keto until the next meal that she wants to let the reins out for. So that's Joy. Then there's Holly. Holly says, Holly has more willpower than me, apparently, because I cannot do this. Holly says, I'm going to take this time off. My big periods are the last 2 weeks of December. So for those last 2 weeks, I am going to eat what I want and drink what I want and when I want it. Go, girl. I can't do that. So she's on track with her keto or way of eating. And then for those 2 weeks, she lets go. It's a bit of a vacation. And she says to herself, I'm going to be okay with whatever that scale says come the 2nd of January. Because please do not start your diet on the 1st of January. You're still in holiday mode, for crying out loud. It's New Year's Day. So start it on the 2nd, okay? So Holly just accepts that she's having a break and she's okay with whatever the scale says on the 2nd of January, and then is back on track as of the 2nd of January. Now, these are 3 different strategies, but the thing about this is, if you decide on a strategy, and it doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to be Noelle for the entire season. If you're Noelle for most of it, but there's that one meal that you have to be Holly or that you have to be Joy, that's okay. But if you're making that decision ahead of time, rather than, I overdid it, I'm going to be Holly today, that doesn't work as well and make you feel as in control as if you chose it ahead of time. And if you're in control of what you're doing and you're okay with the results that you're getting back from it, it's a lot easier to stay on this way of eating. So that when the 2nd of January comes, you're like, yes, I stayed on track. Or 3 pounds, that's all right. Or 12 pounds. Wow. Well, that was 2 weeks off. All right, let's get back on track. Instead of, oh my God, I gained 10 pounds. I'm horrible, right? Because that's what we tend to do. But if we make those choices ahead of time, we're in control. So those are 3 strategies that you can decide on and see what you'd like to do for this holiday season. Now, I am going to be Noelle wherever possible. So for Thanksgiving, I am Noelle. And if I decide to move to another one, it is going to be Joy. I cannot handle being Holly. And that's because I know myself. So mostly Noelle, maybe 10% Joy. But that's just me. But what about you? Who do you think? Who are you going to try to be? I'd love to find out. So if you can let me know in the comments, let me know. Just go, I plan to be 85% Joy and 10% Holly. That's okay. But let me know. I'd love to know what your strategy would be for the holidays. So I hope that this was informative. And please, if you are Holly, or if you haven't started keto at all and are planning to start it on the 2nd of January, please, please, please don't go from I ate everything I wanted and I drank everything I wanted to less than 20 grams of carbs. Your body is going to hate you and try to mutiny, okay? Take it down. So if you've been overeating and overindulging, bring it down, perhaps to 100 grams of carbs. Do that for a week. Then bring it down to 50 grams of carb. Do that for a week. Then bring it down to 20 and then stay there if that is your plan, or if you're doing a bit lazier keto where you do keep it around 30 to 50, stay there. Because if you go from one extreme to the next, I can guarantee you're going to get that keto flu, and it's just going to be that much harder to stick to this plan, because what happens at the beginning of January, and as a Zumba and Sharkey belly dance instructor, I see it all the time, is that everybody goes, right, health kick for the first 2 to 4 weeks, and then they can't sustain it because they've gone from one extreme to another. So bring yourself down gradually. It's more sustainable, your body can transition, and you'll stand a better chance of A, feeling and being in control, and B, not having that keto flu. You need your electrolytes. I'll link to my electrolytes video, but you need your electrolytes. But staying away from that keto flu and all of those little pitfalls that people tend to go in once they go from one extreme to the other. I hope that this has been informative. I hope it's given you something to think about. And again, please let me know who you plan to be down below in the comments. And if you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up. And I would love for you to join me so that we can have these kinds of conversations. So click subscribe and the bell, because the bell notifies you when I put up a new video. And also, if you're on Facebook, you can look for me in the Keto Foodie Co UK. I do live streams every other Sunday at 4 p.m. British time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we have some really cool conversations happening there. But until the next time I see you, have a fantastic holiday season, and foodie bye.